Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Taff's Word Live. On my lonesome, unfortunately, this week, no Henry and Kev couldn't make it. And to be honest with you, I'm not asking enough other people. I've got to get a backup. It's always better when you get two people on there. Better to have two perspectives rather than one. But there's an awful lot to talk about tonight. Some big games played over the weekend. Some big results, not just in England, but in Scotland as well, and across Europe. So, how about we start close to home? And of course, the 96th minute winner from George Nurse yesterday saw us win again at home by just the 1 goal to 0. But I'll take it. Any 1-0 win is a win. 3 points. It's not rugby. We don't get extra points for scoring more goals. Although I really hope that's not an avenue they're going to go down later in the future to improve the entertainment standards in English football. But hopefully that's not going to be the case. And hopefully I'm just having nightmares about that. Like I say, an awful lot. There we go. Nick Mull Ipswich still top and unbeaten. They're having a fantastic season, as I thought they would do. Who else is doing well this year? I mean, the Championship. Who's top of the Championship, Taff? I believe that's West Bromwich Albion, George. Yep, you're doing flaming well at the moment. Fair play to you. Bend over. Hi, Taff. Hi, Ben. Yes, I know what you mean by bend over. Don't worry. Anyway, guys, have we got a stream and a half for you tonight? I've got 6 questions to ask you, and I've got some good trivia here. I'm getting it ready because obviously Focus 10 is coming up after the 10-minute mark. And with that then, the trivia tonight is going to be pretty sweet. And guess what? I've got some giveaways for you this time. Again, it is giveaways. So Nick Muller, Sony got a last minute winner. Yes, we did. And we're now in third place. We're in the top three. We are in an automatic promotion spot. Let's hope we can stay there. Norwich going down. I don't know. Not if Norwich are capable of beating Man City, I think they're capable of winning enough games to stay up. I think the manager Farker, is that his name? I think he's got to adjust to Premier League football. There's one thing kicking ass in the Championship by playing the way that they can with the confident breed of football, but you've got to realise that when you're a newly promoted team, you are in a relegation battle right from the off. So you've got to adapt and play relegation scrappy football as well as nice stuff. Right, so High Taff made up the Found FC. Okay, don't think I've ever heard of them before. Rick is in, as a going mate. Exiles 1 to 11 is in. Heard a nurse scored the winner for you on Saturday. Yes, that'll be correct. That nurse was Nurse George. Joseph Friel, as a going mate. Man United, yes, we'll talk about Man United very soon. Haven't seen a strike like Nurses since Frank Newblake. Good shape, yep. Very similar type of goal. Josh Phillips was stood about 2 rows down from you yesterday, Taff. Always good to have a leader for the chance like you. Well, usually it's Phelpsy when he's there. Phelpsy's the one that I usually rely on Phelpsy to start them, but Phelpsy's very much an advocate of his own chants. You know, the ones he's made up or the ones he personally likes. Me, I'll start any chant and I'll join in with any chant, even the ones I don't like. No one was singing, so I had to take the initiative and get it going somehow. You know, I had to pull some people who I knew who stood to the side to come in. And yeah, it's just how it goes, you know. Jason is our leader. Gotta love Jason. I mean, I've heard a few mutterings of people taking the piss out of him a little bit. I mean, yeah, we have a bit of a laugh and a joke with about Jason and all that, but what people got to realise is that he's still, a very nice young lad who suffers with learning difficulties, and obviously he's got other sort of mental health type setbacks. So, try not to take the piss too much, but just have a laugh, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, it's all he takes any piss taking in good spirit, but sometimes he feels like he's being bullied if people are doing it too much. So just be careful with him. He's a really nice lad. We wouldn't want him to have to go and stand somewhere else. He loves coming over and standing with us. Anyway, like I say, Weedy Aid is in. I've still got your FIFA cards. They're in my car. If you go in Tuesday night, I'll have them for you. Talking about other giveaways, if you bear with me 2 seconds, I'm going to go and grab the stuff that's up for grabs tonight for you guys. Bear with me. I'll be right back. There we go. Right then, so I've got 2 very difficult questions to ask on the trivia, and this is what is going to win you. So we got a Tommy Tynan card right there, not all nicely wrapped. That's a Tommy Tynan card. A John Aldridge FIFA card. As you can imagine, I'm running out of the FIFA cards, so I haven't got enough for a full set. So Luke County is on his holiday and he's watching. Now that is dedication for you. You should get a prize just for that, but I haven't got enough to give away, and I've already promised the stuff I've got here for the trivia giveaway. The Newport County Academy, the famous Newport County Academy wristband, of course, is part of this little bundle. The ever more famous David Pipe fridge magnet, that's also up for grabs. So this is just one prize, mind, and a Newport County pin badge is one of these types. So it's not a proper, badge, but it's one of those, you can wear it and it'll last you a little, for a little while. But that there, all that little bundle there makes up one prize, and that will be up for grabs for question number, question number 3 of the trivia, and for question number 4. And by the way, any of you guys who don't live close to Newport, you can go for this stuff, and I will post it to you free of charge. So, is it? Not going Tuesday, AIDS Leasing.com trophy. Right, okay. Why did you take McNamara off? Done nothing wrong. What do you think? I think, yeah, change the shape. I think Wilmot is not a central midfielder, but he rates Wilmot an awful lot. McNamara, I've got to be fair, wasn't having his greatest game, but neither did anybody, particularly on the day. But I wouldn't take it to heart that McNamara went off. What I would say is that with McNamara, it was just a tactical switch, and he was the one that had to be sacrificed for it. It worked out in the end. It could have been a bit of a dumb move if we hadn't won the game in the end, because McNamara is the type of person that could have done something in that game. But it's just one of those things, I suppose. Anyway, the next prize is wrapped up at the moment, but I haven't given any of these away. Yet, but I'm thinking this could be a nice tasty little prize, because I'm a big fan of these. I'm actually going to buy some from the Amber Army myself, or from Luke. Either way, it all goes to the club in the end. But the Classic Kits coasters. So there we go. Some Classic Kits Newport County coasters. So this was the kit that we played in the late 70s, early 80s, during the glory years then. And this is from the promotion season in 2013. So that there is for question 4 on the trivia when we get there. So stick around, guys. There is actual real free shit up for grabs here, So I'm going to pack these back away. Now you know what you're playing for. It's worth sticking around for. And don't just go jumping out of the chat and coming back later. Even if it means, you just leave your computer or your phone to one side and just leave it running, because the amount of money that we make from these live streams is the amount of watch time that we manage to gather. So the longer you're watching for, the more we make. And of course the donations always go down well, of course. So for those of you who've got a spare couple of pence to throw our way through the super chat, that would be fantastic. Could you post the cards to me if you want? Taff, we'll just say Taff then. Yes, absolutely. I'll post the cards to you. Just get an address over to me. And Welsh Gamer as well, who got it. I got his cards still from last week. I'll post them to him. Javier Hernandez, Nurse smacked that ball. Mental scenes. Yeah, who's seen the video? Have you seen that Pereira who plays for Albion? What a player. I'm going to have a little look at him, because I've heard a couple of people mention his name before, George. So I'm going to have a little look and see what he's all about. Dan Short, High Taff, Mighty Pool are one round away from first round proper. Hey, I tell you what, can you imagine if the Mighty Pool team managed to get Newport County away, and Dan Would you travel up if that was the case? If that was going to happen, would you travel up and come and watch the game? Be good to meet you as well, mate. Many people go on Tuesday. I wouldn't have imagined so. Yeah. Nick Muller is going to the Ipswich game on Tuesday. It's got to be worth doing. Like, you know, I mean, I know it's I know it's not a great trophy. I know, but it's money for your club. You know, and if you live relatively close, you gotta want to go. You know, what else are you gonna do on Tuesday night? You know, go home and and have a wank whilst playing FIFA or something like that. You know, it's what's the point? Go down and watch the football. Like, you know, I actually quite enjoy the Tuesday night games. You know, the check trade or leasing.com trophy, whatever they want to call it. I don't agree with the way the competition is set up. It definitely needs to either be scrapped or revamped. I'm all for the revamp of that. Jack Boy, thoughts on some of our players leaving for international duty? Good for them, I say. And if it means that we got to what was I going to say then? If it means we got to postpone games for them to go and have games on international duty, then so be it. You know, I mean, the way I see it, it gives our players a much needed week off. Gives some of our players who you can see are struggling for fitness, the likes of Podge, Matt, and Labardi, time to rest up and get themselves fit, proper fit to play. And then, it means we could be even stronger afterwards. So for those moaning, the only people who I think are entitled to moan are those who may have already bought tickets and can't go to the rearranged game if it's on a Tuesday night. Anyone who's bought train tickets, like I know somebody has, they're the only people who can really moan. Otherwise, try and take the positives from it. Taff, what giveaway should do next? Possibly your house. Well, I don't own my house and I live in a flat and I don't own it, so no good. Can you name a Premier League winner who played for Malaga, Taff? A Premier League winner who played for Malaga. I'm trying to think now. I tell you what, I like this. You guys should be testing me on the trivia. So, Luke, was it that he played for Malaga after he won the Premier League, or was it that he played for Malaga before he won the Premier League? So do you take money from watch time? Did not know that. Yeah, watch time. Basically, right, when it comes to this channel, the more videos that get watched, liked, commented on, shared, anything like that, anything that brings the analytics up, which is all of that kind of stuff, the more money we make, basically, on the AdSense account. Evening, what's the giveaway? The giveaway, yes. I'm going to show you one more time. It's for question 3 and 4 of our trivia section. The first is a bundle. It's becoming a bit of a popular bundle, but there's some familiar items. We've got this Tommy Tynan football card. We've got a large John Aldridge FIFA card for the style of FUT19. A David Pipe fridge magnet. A famous Newport County Academy wristband. And then finally your little button badge, Newport County badge. Bundle, that bundle is the first one. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to take these out of the packaging just so I can show you guys a couple of times. We got these coasters. So it's like Newport County Classic Kit coasters. So this one is the kit that we won promotion in, and obviously played in the European Cup Winners' Cup and won the Welsh Cup in. And this is the one we got promoted in 2013. So that is what is up for grabs, guys. That is what is up for grabs. It's the last time I'm showing you because we've got to batter into this. We're already behind for Focus 10, geez. Was looking forward to Cheltenham. Oh, yeah, I always look forward to Cheltenham as well, but I'm sure it'll be alright on a Tuesday night. Who remembers Hereford on a Tuesday night? Never know, it could make for an even better one. After he won the Prem. Somebody who won the Prem and then played for Malaga. Was it Jose Antonio Reyes? I'm watching from Spain, Taff, blacker than Jammer. Oh God, yeah. Aye. Yeah, you look like the kind of person that picks up a tan as well. Bend over, is Labs in here today? No, he's not, unfortunately. He actually messaged me earlier to say he doesn't think he can get on the stream, and I think he'll be gutted, because I think he's going to be gunning for them coasters, to be honest with you. Elias Williams, where do you think we should aim to be at the end of the first half of the season, bearing in mind we have to still play the bottom 5 this half of the season? Well, I think I'd like to stay in the top 3 myself. Don't know about you, mate. Nick Muller wants Newport in the FA Cup. Jose Antonio Reyes is incorrect, according to Luke. I'm going to have a think about that, mate. But well, whilst I'm having a think of that, how about we get straight into Focus 10? So Focus 10, not Reyes' career was a car crash. Oh, that's rough. That's rough, mate. That's rough. But I applaud the fact that you don't care, if people get offended by that. I think it's brilliant that people are willing to just make jokes about whatever they want, and that it's a free world, free speech. Anyway, so Focus 10. Now, right then, if you were a chairman of a football club, of course, would you opt for a young British manager or a successful manager from overseas? Now, obviously, I think you're looking at top-end Championship, bottom-end Premiership, where this would more likely apply to, or well, anywhere in the Premiership, or maybe down to mid-table of Championship if you got some more ambitious chairman. But if you were a chairman and you had a choice between a young British manager or a successful manager from overseas, what would you choose? Now, these are the 3 bullet points I put against these now, okay? Young British managers are having more success these days. I mean, you just got to look at the likes of Sean Dyche, Eddie Howe, Danny Cowley, obviously Michael Flynn, Lee Johnson, Lee Bowyer. There's a lot of good young British managers doing well at the moment. I'd say Nathan Jones, but I suppose at the same time, Nathan Jones did get a good win yesterday with Stoke. Maybe things might turn around for him. Foreign coaches are failing more over here. There are a lot of foreign coaches getting the sack now. They're coming over here and not really doing much. I mean, but then obviously you got Wagner who was there for Huddersfield, took them into the Premier League, of course. But then Aston Villa went up with Dean Smith. They didn't need a foreigner. EW Labs has made it for a bit. Roll my prize from last week over though, mate. Your prize from last week. Ooh, which one? Which one was that? I did that. No, we didn't end up giving anything away, did we? Did we? I think we did. I don't remember. What did we give away? Oh fuck, I can't remember now. Shit. Sorry, Labs. You have to remind me on that one. So Nick Muller would rather go for young British. Football Mayhem, young British, better relationships with players. Most players in the lower leagues are also often don't have language barriers. Yeah. Good shape. The Aaron Ramsey one, yes, of course, yeah. I don't know why I didn't remember to bring the prize. Do you remember what prize I said? I can't remember. I'll have to ask Henry. You said there were some things you got around. Right, okay. I'll sort you out, mate. I will definitely sort you out. I'll sort you out next time. Football Mayhem, yes, there are giveaways. If you stick around for the trivia section, then there are giveaways there. H is in. Hi Taff, great win yesterday. What a strike by George Nurse, absolutely. So so we're back onto this for Focus 10. We'll take this up until the 20-minute mark. But you're the chairman of a football club. Do you go for a young British manager, a young up-and-coming British manager, or do you go for a successful overseas manager to manage your team? Now, does experience, here's a point that I put down, does experience matter as much in an ever-changing game? So there's one thing to have experience, but then, because the game is changing, you could be experienced, but are you up to date with the changes in the game? I think that's a point worth mentioning here, because the young British managers are more likely to follow the trend and then, hold on a minute, let's have a look. Being a Millwall fan that follows Newport, our manager walked out on us. Would love to see Michael Flynn down at the Den. Just signed a new contract, so it's going to cost you a lot of money if that's the case. But why did Harris leave? I'd like to know why he left. I thought he was proper Millwall through and through. I can't see why he would have left. Weedy opinions on Grant Thorogood taking celebration into his own hands by running down the dugout and mocking the Carnal subs. He's a bit of a character, isn't he, old Grant? Fair play to him. Luke Kent, each club is different. Response to gaffers, etc. Kent, you love Flynn, Liverpool love a German. Well, Yeah, I suppose so. Then if you're like a Leeds United, if Bielsa doesn't get Leeds up this season, are you going to stick with him, or do you maybe take a punt on someone like Lee Johnson or someone like Lee Bowyer, a good up and coming young British manager, and see if they can do anything different? You know what I mean? EW Labs depends what club. If it's like Katie, then yeah, I'd take a young manager like Flynn. But if Man United, no goals experience as all he has failed, big time. Another loss for them today, of course. So Rick, do you know that Leeds manager Marcelo Bielsa? Yeah, despite not speaking English very well, I think he's a good, trustworthy manager. Fair play. Where is Phelps at home games? I think he's off getting his knob sucked by rugby players. I think he plays rugby. He plays football on Saturday as well for a university team. So he's off, obviously, showering together with the boys. EW Labs, any idea where Hatswell was yesterday? Apparently he was at some kind of wedding that he couldn't miss. Don't know. Um, I know people who speaks to his dad, you see. Anyway, guys, the likes are a bit light at the moment. There's a few of you in now. We'll get the likes up. And then we'll kick on with my first question to you. I'll have a quick sip of my tea, I think, though. Ah, lovely. Right then. Yeah, the likes are coming up. Happy days. Right then, my first question for you guys is, can Rangers win the SPL? We need milk in first. I do milk in first because I find it tastes nicer afterwards. Each to their own though, I suppose. But can Rangers win the SPL? They're top of the league at the moment. Celtic have faltered at Livingston. There seems to be weaknesses in Celtic, and Rangers are absolutely smashing teams at the moment, winning 5-0 in the last 2 home games. One of them being against Aberdeen, of course. So some people seem to think Rangers can win it. Next season, not this season, too early. But is it though? Is it really? I mean, nobody thought Leicester were going to win it, really, right up until the very end when they actually did. No one thought they were going to. Everyone thought, oh no, they got to fall off at some point. Rangers have what it looks like, what looks as though they got a very, very good manager at the moment. They got a good team there. They got a Jermaine Defoe that I think could still score Premier League goals. I think Celtic don't have. I think they've made a massive downturn in management. I think having Neil Lennon back there is a bit of a mistake. I think they should have paid some money for a better manager. Neil Lennon got the boot from Hibs. You know what I mean? Defoe being better than Morelos, possibly. Yeah, that's a shade. But then Morelos has got a lot more time left in the game. Might cut in and out of steam on the Royal Gwent's Wi-Fi, so might cut out. Oh, so you've done the Royal Gwent. What are you down here for, mate? Is everything good? Oh, I think I remember you talking about this yesterday. You're going to go and see someone, weren't you, today? Yeah, so some people seem to think Rangers can. Yeah, I think Celtic might falter because of the manager situation. Rangers may end up doing it because they got people like Jermaine Defoe scoring goals for them. Really, opinions on Nurse celebrating right in front of the Carlisle who made a 12-hour rain trip. Players do it to us. Doesn't matter how long you travel, Players celebrate in front of us, so say, do what you want, I say. He must have been getting some stick, or some of our players must have been getting some stick down there for that to end up happening, but, it doesn't excuse them for trying to get onto the pitch and beating up our stewards. Right then, question 2. Well, my questions from the questions from me. Real Madrid, right? So the top of La Liga, they're unbeaten after 8 games. Is Zidane's criticism unfair? I think out of 8 games, 8 games. Yeah, so 8 games, 5 wins, 3 draws, and they're top of the league, and they will be top of the league by the end of tonight, no matter what scores happen. So the Malaga Premier League winner, not Spanish. Fucking hell, Premier League winner, Malaga. It's not Jermaine Pennant, is it? Is it Jermaine Pennant? Nick Muller, do you think a big team like Man United or Spurs, etc., could be relegated one season? No, I don't think it'll ever happen unless it's something like what happened to Leeds and their money just gets completely obliterated. You know, financially, they have to let all their players go and play a bunch of donkeys. Yeah, but my granddad has something up. Apparently, had a right. So is that something that happened today? Then, Labs, is it? Pass our best on at your granddad for me, mate. Hopefully, you'll make a full recovery. Rangers, yes, right, okay. The missus says, hello, how's married life? It's nearly a month old and so far so good. Thank you for asking. So Jermaine Pennant, no. Premier League winner who went on and played for Malaga. It's got to be during the time when Malaga had a pretty good team, I think. That's a tough question, that, isn't it? Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ah, right, okay, yep. Big Ruud. I was thinking of, to be honest with you, Ruud van Nistelrooy didn't even cross my mind. I was thinking of like Premier League players who played for Malaga at the time, and Van Nistelrooy was there during the time when they were starting to kick on and do quite well. I mean, they're not doing quite as well anymore. But yeah, that's a good question, that is, mate. Well done. Maybe I should get you guys to do some trivia for me sometimes. Nah, this happened yesterday, as I was saying. I'm seeing him for the first time today. He's okay, though, just a warning. Ah, right, okay. Well, all the best then, mate. Hope he's going to be okay. Rude Hullet. Yeah, but thanks for the support. Yeah, no problem, lads. No worries, I'm sure all the other guys on here would like to offer their support as well. Right then, so, like I said, Real Madrid, top of the La Liga and unbeaten after 8 games, winning 5, drawing 3. They are top of the La Liga. Is Zidane's criticism unfair? Is the criticism Zidane's been getting unfair considering they are top of the La Liga at the moment? Because to be honest with you, the way people have been going on, you would have thought they were in like 4th or 5th or something, and they may not even finish in the top 4. So we did Demi Kalis as well. Oh, Demi Kalis, who did he play for? No, it's not unfair. He's a selfish aid. Well, yeah, the treatment of Gareth Bale, but then and Santi was over there. Santi Cazorla, is that the one you're on about? Yeah. So yes, they haven't replaced Ronaldo. He left, but Perez made false promises like Pogba. I suppose you're right there, but then is it right that Zidane's getting criticism because of that? You know what I mean? I don't think Zidane deserves criticism. If they're top of the bloody league, no, he shouldn't be getting criticised. But it's Real Madrid. I mean, you can win a Champions League and get sacked. You know, that's how fucked up it is. Not long after I finish this, Inter Milan play against Juventus, and Inter Milan are currently top of the Serie A after 6 games, winning 6 in a row. So they're in very much a Liverpool type situation right now. If they can beat Juventus, that's a real statement. Can Inter Milan pip Juventus to the Serie A title this season? I mean, they got the likes of Lukaku playing for them there as well. Conte is the manager. You know, they're absolutely flying at the moment in the Serie A. Can Inter Milan win Serie A? Can they? And then I've got 3 more questions for you, and then it is the point that you've been waiting for, guys. It is the trivia, and the giveaways are happening. They are happening. Who fancies the coasters then? So Labs is saying treatment of Bale was a disgrace, but the manager didn't want him, so he tried to get him out. Well, if you don't want a player, you try and move them on. And if it becomes a bit of a public spat, then whoever's a fan of the player more than the manager is going to stick up for the player and think the manager's a cock, and then vice versa. Right, so Labs is saying, I think, so on Inter Milan, I think they can, but Juve will get it as it's Juve. But if Inter Milan win more games than Juve, I mean, Juve have only got the say on 2 Inter Milan games in a season of 38. So effectively, if Inter Milan do well in the other 36 games, it's up to Juve to do just as well. But Juve are already behind them. If Inter Milan win now, it's completely in their hands. I know it's early days, the same about Liverpool. You can't say anybody's going to win it yet, but I'd say Inter Milan, past glories and all that could be coming back. Opinions on Carlisle's manager storming around like some sort of storming stormer. Yeah, like an aide, as you say. He was a bit of a weirdo, wasn't he? old Stevie Presley. So, Labs, am I the only one in? But it would seem that way, wouldn't it? Jeez, very quiet. Luke Kenty, they're a toxic club, and no up-and-coming manager or player will go near them. Bit like United being so far off the rest of the Prem and demanding fans. That's a fair enough. I take it that's about Real Madrid, obviously. But then, what about Inter Milan? Can Inter Milan win the Serie A this season? I'll leave that one with you. I'm going to move on to the next one for you. This one is about Frank Lampard then, okay? So people say it was too soon for Lampard to take the Chelsea job, too soon into his managerial career, of course. Is there a good argument now to say that the timing could be perfect? The reason I'm saying that, I think I touched on this before, I think Lampard is in a position to bring a new era to Chelsea Football Club, where it's not just buying big players with loads of money, but bringing good young players through. Now Chelsea have that in abundance. So is it a matter of, with Lampard there, they'll have their mix of good foreign players who they spend a lot of money on, but they'll also bring the young players like Abraham, Mount, Tomori, Hudson-Odoi, and the likes of them through. I think it's a perfect time for Lampard to take it on, because with the restriction there, no other manager would be doing any better right now. So it is basically a position where Lampard can put his own spin on Chelsea Football Club, and Chelsea have to move with that, and he could bring a new era to the club, and I think it's perfect for him and for them. And it's obviously working. Cracking win today, 4-1. I mean, Southampton aren't the greatest team in the Premier League, of course, but to win 4-1 anywhere in the Premier League is a bloody good result. Doesn't matter who you are. So I'm going to let you ponder on that one, guys. I know you guys are waiting for the trivia more than anything. I mean, the numbers are falling for some reason. A bit of a gut of that one. Would have been nice to have a few more people in for the giveaway, of course. But a bit later on then, the chances are people are going to end up coming back for it, So Labs thinks he's done a perfect job. Football Miami going to Wales versus Croatia. Not sure yet. I mean, and I'm club before country. If it clashes with County, I'm going to County. Bennett, my man of the match yesterday. Yeah, good shape. Sheehan for me personally, but EW Labs use youth perfectly. So far, so good for Lampard, yes. On to the next question then. It's this Sunday, right? Of course, yeah, it is. Yeah, so if Katie ain't playing, yeah, it could be a shake then. Happy days. Could not replacing Company cost Man City the title this season? Is my next question. It's the one before last. Could Luke Kenty wasted Kev De Bruyne, Lukaku, loads of players over the years. Best thing a young player can do is get 2 seasons in League 1, 2 under his belt by 21. That's a good shout. It's exactly what Harry Kane did before he started his Tottenham career. He went off down to Leyton Orient, didn't he? So H is saying, I definitely think we're missing Demetrio. Yeah, you can say that, but then we're not conceding that many goals, though, are we? You know what I mean? So Labs are saying yes, it has. I think Liverpool already have it now, and that's obviously on the title and Company. Will not replacing Company cost City the title? Obviously they picked up, but what obviously Guardiola's trying to do is look at putting Fernandinho into the centre of defence as a backup there, and that's why they signed that Rodri guy. So that's going to backfire on them, because Fernandinho is too small for me to be a central defender. A central defensive midfielder, yes, and he's very good at doing that. I think Guardiola's got it all wrong there, and let's say I think it could cost them. It could cost them big time. My final question, and then we're going to get straight into the trivia then, guys. I mean, it's not the greatest of streams at the moment, is it, to be honest? We haven't got that many people in, and, even the people that we got in, we're not getting loads of, decent stuff coming through on the chat. So I'm going to ask this one, and then we're going to dive straight into the trivia. Let's see what people have said. Welsh Gamer fancies Watford to win the league. If it was upside down, yes. EW Labs, as a United fan, as well as Canty first though, good man. It hurts that Liverpool are destroying it like United did. I think they're going to do it for quite some time to come as well. Liverpool blew a lead last year, but Pep will be safe if he wins Champions League. Yeah, absolutely. So, Football Mayhem, all your streams. Oh, thank you, Football Mayhem. Much appreciated. See, without me, it's dead stream. Yeah, a bit like that, Labs, yeah. So, final question then, and then we're going to kick on with the trivia then, okay? It is of many opinions that the EFL Championship is pound for pound the most competitive league in the world. Would you agree? Now, there's entertainment. You know, you can factor entertainment if you want. You can factor, the unpredictability. But for a competitive league, a lot of people say pound for pound, the Championship is the best, most competitive league in the world. Now, obviously, the French league is far from the most competitive because there's always one team that wins it. Scottish league isn't competitive because there's always one team that wins it, maybe two now with Rangers coming back. The Premier League is a two-horse race, and pretty much everybody predicted that as well. The La Liga is pretty much Barcelona, Real Madrid, maybe Atletico from time to time have something of a shake. In Italy, it's been Juventus all the time. Bundesliga has been Bayern Munich all the time. Pretty much knows who's going to win it or who's going to have a shot at winning it every year in all the big leagues across Europe. You go to the EFL Championship though. Now that there is still enough big players with enough money and enough big clubs in there for it to be appealing to people in a far wide audience. But nobody can really tell who's going to do well in that division that year. I mean, you can have an idea of who's going to be up and around there, but no one expected Norwich. Sorry. No one expected Norwich to do as well as they did last year. Nobody expected who else went up? Norwich, Sheffield United. No one expected Sheffield United to get promoted last year. No, I didn't think they had a shite. Who else? I mean, teams who have done bad. No one expected Sunderland to go down when they did. I mean, for me, I think those who say that EFL Championship, pound for pound, is the best league, the most competitive league out there, is onto something that I think they're not far wrong. They're not far wrong. I think, I don't know, the Premier League is a very competitive league, and it's one of those leagues where any team can beat anyone else on their day. But for me, the Championship, the Championship is just such a competitive and unpredictable league. I think if you think that it's the most competitive league in the world, I definitely think that you're not wrong. Right then, so where are we? So EW Labs, Leeds, Blackburn, Swansea, Cardiff, Stoke, all decently big clubs compared to some Prem clubs. Exactly. Luke County Championship is the best league in the world. Couldn't predict games, 3-3, 4-1, crazy scores. I would never want to be Premier League, soulless league, flooded with tourists and no atmosphere. You're not far wrong on that one, mate. Fair play, Luke. That's a really good comment, that is. So, down to the point, down to where you want it now. So funny enough, as I said, the numbers are starting to come back up now. Happy days. It's the trivia time now then, guys. So I'm going to take you straight into it. And my first question, let me get them here now. So there's no giveaway for the first two because they're Googleable. If that's even a word, maybe that's a new one for the English dictionary. As Welsh Gamer there says, but for 90 million it's worth going up. Of course, you want to be playing at the highest level you can, but the Championship, I think you're right in saying. That it's got to be the best. The Championship has got to be the most competitive league out there for me. Right then, question number one on the trivia then, guys, all right? Who are the only two non-European players to have broken the British transfer record when they moved to a British team? Who are the only non-Europeans? Two non-European players, the only two non-European players to have broken the British transfer record. So I'll let you have a little think about that one. whilst the people who don't know what they're playing for now, when we get to questions 3 and 4, can have one last look. So the two non-Europeans who broke the British transfer record, I'll leave you with that one. But as a bundle, you got that, the famous Newport County Academy wristband, a badge, it's a button badge, not a proper pin badge, and a David Pike magnet. So that's a bundle there. So Labs is saying Kaka. Did Kaka ever come to Britain though? I don't think he ever played in a British league. And for question 4, coasters, baby. Yeah, coasters. So where are we on question 1? So like I say, Kaka. I know someone said Van Nistelrooy and Pogba, but it's non-Europeans. I think that's why you retracted your message, mate. So the only two non-Europeans to have broken the British transfer record. So Nick Muller saying Alan Shearer, but it's non-Europeans. Obviously, Alan Shearer is a British bloke, so non-Europeans. So look, Brazil, Argentina, or African players, Asian players, anywhere outside of Europe. All right, Labs, you can participate if you want, mate. Participate. Come on. There's no prizes for these ones. The first two, there's no prizes for. It's the next ones. So again, Nick can't be Alan Shearer. Non-Europeans. The non-Europeans, two non-European players who've broken the British transfer record. I'll wait. There we go. Banging cup of that. So who are the only two non-European players who have broken the British transfer record? Non-European players. So Luke, question. Come on, listen, mate. Who are the only two non-European players to have broken the British transfer record? Only two players have broken the British transfer record. Non-Europeans. So Coutinho incorrect, and Di Maria is also incorrect. Pepe incorrect. Bale incorrect. Coutinho, Di Maria incorrect. Di Maria is one. I don't think he is somehow. He wouldn't have been. Aguero's incorrect. Di Maria and Pepe incorrect and incorrect. I've got Leanne going on about her coasters being better than mine. Pogba is a non-European players. Pogba's French, who's European. Non-European players. Two non-European players have broken the British transfer record. So, South America, Africa, Asia, anywhere like that. Just anywhere, if they're from anywhere outside of Europe. No, Di Maria and Nick Pepe are not correct. None of them have broken the British transfer record. Jesus, no. Doesn't look like you guys are going to get it. And fair play, you're obviously not Googling it. So I'm going to give you... I'll give you a clue. One of them... Well, one's Brazilian and one's Argentinian. That's the first clue. Second clue, both Manchester clubs were the ones who bought them. So it's not Willian. Both Manchester clubs are the ones who bought them. So we got to realise that by breaking a transfer record, when they were bought, they would have been the most expensive player bought at the time into Britain. So at the time that they were bought, they were the most expensive. So Tevez is incorrect. Lucas Moura is incorrect as well. So at the time that they were bought, they broke a record. So there we go, we got one, Robinho. Who remembers that day when Man City signed Robinho? I mean, we all woke up and saw that Man City had been bought out. We all woke up and realised that Man City had been bought out by Sheikh Mansour, innit? And then all of a sudden they buy freaking Robinho. all on the same day. Crazy. And that was the start of this Manchester United money fucking spun, happy fucking times, wankers. And then there you go, Luke County has got Juan Sebastian Veron. So Robinho signed by Man City, Veron signed by Manchester United. At the time, they broke the British transfer record. So at the time that you bought, if you break the record, you've broken a record. You know, so the only two non-European players who have broken the British transfer record at the time. There it is. Happy days. Question number 2. Which outfield player has won the most caps for England without scoring an international goal? Which outfield player has won the most caps for England without scoring an international goal? Who dat? So he's an England international. He's won the most caps without scoring an international goal. Welbeck. Good one. It's incorrect, just in case it was actually a serious answer. No. Right, so Welsh Gamer says Cole. But which Cole? It might not be a Cole, but you say Cole, there's been many, many Coles who played in a bar in Spain, can't hear the question. So, if you can hear now, right, I'll speak up quickly. Which outfield player has got the most caps for England without scoring an international goal? Heskey. I think he scored. He definitely scored. He scored against Germany, didn't he? In that 5-1. I know he scored then. Ashley Cole. Yes, correct. Ashley Cole. He is... he's an outfield player who's got the most caps without scoring a goal. We go. Outfield player, lads. Outfield. But it's to the point of the stream that you've all been waiting for now. Well done, guys. You've made it. All 14 of you. Thanks for those of you who stuck with it tonight. So question number 3 is our first giveaway, and that is for the bundle with the Townend card, the Aldridge FIFA card, the wristband, the pipe magnet, and the badge. So this here is the first question. Right then. Right, so this is a who am I, or who is he? Who is he? During his career, he played for 3 clubs. So I'll speak up just in case Luke can't hear me still. During his career, he played for 3 clubs, 2 of which have won the European Cup before he played for them. He won 37 caps for his country and played at 1 World Cup. He also won an FA Cup during his time in England. Who is he? So I'm going to repeat that again. During his career, he played for 3 clubs, 2 of which have won the European Cup before he played for them. He won 37 caps for his country and played at 1 World Cup. During his time in England, he also won an FA Cup. Who is he? So this is for the little bundle of goodies that I showed you guys earlier 3 or 4 times over, just so everyone could see what it was. So, does anybody need me to repeat the question on that one? So Aaron Ramsey is incorrect. Roy Keane is incorrect. Roy Keane is incorrect. That's a good shape though. I think, did Roy Keane play for 3 clubs? I think he did, didn't he? Forest, Man United and Celtic. That could have been a shape then. That could have. I think Vieira's played for a lot more clubs than 3 clubs, but not a bad shape. Aaron Ramsey's not correct either. So obviously Aaron Ramsey's still playing. So I've been during his career, just with that there, it's very much a case of during his career. So in other words, his career isn't going anymore. I'm very surprised, guys. There's only 11 of you in here for the bloody giveaway part. That's messed up, isn't it? So Pirlo is incorrect. I don't think he ever played in England, because one of the parts of the questions is that he won an FA Cup during his time in England. So during his career, he played for 3 clubs, 2 of which had won the European Cup before he played for them. He won 37 caps for his country and played at 1 World Cup. He also won an FA Cup whilst he was in England. So Ricky Villa is incorrect. Kewell is incorrect. I think Kewell played for a few more clubs, didn't he? and or did he? Kewell was at. I think he played. You think he played for some Australian teams before he retired, but I know he went to Galatasaray. He was at Leeds and Liverpool, of course. Everett is incorrect. If it wasn't for the fact it was a giveaway, I'd have given you a clue by now. But this is a tough one. The giveaway ones are tough. Gary McAllister played for a lot more than 3 clubs, I'm sure, Gary McAllister. But it's not a bad shape. Not a bad shape. Right then. So, I'm thinking of giving you a clue, but I've got to think of what kind of clue I can give without giving it away too much. So, Luke County seems to think he's Scottish. Right, okay. Oh, right, clue number 1. He's not Scottish. There you go. That's clue number 1. He's not Scottish. And that's not giving it away too much. The only thing it's done is dampen Luke's chances of getting it right, of course. So during his career, he played for 3 clubs, 2 of which have won the European Cup before he started playing for them. He won 37 caps for his country and played at 1 World Cup. He also won an FA Cup. Who is he? I'd say, okay, and so Labs has asked, is he British? He is British, yes, but he's not Scottish. Barnes, not a bad shape. Not a bad shape, but that's incorrect still. But I think Barnes, did he play for 3 clubs? Yeah, he played for... Barnes played for Watford, Liverpool, Newcastle, I believe. Did he play for Celtic? I know he's manager of Celtic. I don't know if he played. Aldridge is incorrect. Though Aldridge played for more than 3 clubs. I believe Aldridge played for Newport County, Oxford, Liverpool, Real Sociedad, Tranmere. Gazza's also incorrect. I think Gazza's played for more than 3 clubs as well, though, hasn't he? I think he has, at least, anyway. This is a toughie, isn't it, guys? This is a toughie. I'm going to have to give you another clue now. Okay. I'm going to give you a clue that's going to edge someone to getting the right answer. So Terry is incorrect. I want to give someone a clue that's going to edge them towards the correct answer, but not give it away. Okay, so... Right, so I'm going to put some emphasis on the FA Cup that he won. The FA Cup he won was in 1992. And it was with the first club that he played for. So the FA Cup was in 1992 and it was for the first club that he played for. I don't think that's going to give too many of you too many clues. Might have to cut off for a bit. This internet is shocking. I'll catch up at near 8ish. No worries, mate. I think we'll probably be gone by then, unfortunately. Viari is incorrect. So the FA Cup that he won was in 1992 and that was with the first club that he played for. Rush is incorrect. I doubt I'll still be live by then, labs, because once these trivia questions are done, I'll be off ski, mate. So I'm waiting for someone to get it. Gary Lineker is incorrect. Gary Lineker is incorrect. Think of who won the FA Cup in 1992. And that should be enough for someone to get it with, I think. Think of who won the FA Cup in 92. Right, no problem, labs. Take care, mate. All the best to your granddad, mate. Yeah, so 1992. Alright, Luke's away. Catch you later, Luke. Take care, mate. So yeah. Are we still on first question? No, we're on question 3. We're on the first giveaway question now, mate. So the question is, during his career, he played for 3 clubs, 2 of which have won the European Cup before he started playing for them. He won 37 caps for his country and played at 1 World Cup. He also won an FA Cup. Who is he? We've established that he's British and not Scottish. We've also established that the FA Cup that he won was in 1992, and that was whilst playing for the first club that he played for. So who is it? And this is for the bundle of stuff like the FIFA card, the Tommy Townend card, the wristband, the badge and the pipe magnet. That's what this question is for. So we got to think, who won the FA Cup in 1992? Who won the FA Cup in 1992? So Michael Owen is incorrect. I think Michael Owen didn't start his career till about 97, I think. 96, 97 season Michael Owen made his debut. The FA Cup he won was in 92. I'm going to practically have to spoon feed this to you guys, isn't I? Jesus wept. We got it. There we go. Welsh gamer, McManaman. Yes, it's Steve McManaman. Welsh gamer, Joseph, you've won again. So you got a fair bit of stuff to get from us, haven't you, mate? Fair play. There we go. The correct answer was Steve McManaman. So well done, Welsh gamer. Your prize will be coming to you very soon, I'm sure now. Oh, I hope this one don't take as long, but this is for the best prize for me. These coasters are absolutely, I love these coasters. These coasters are bloody excellent. I'm just going to show you guys them one more time. So these coasters here, you get to win this, and they come as a set of the two. So you get to take these coasters with you if you get this question right. So here goes nothing. Right then. So the question is, which two-time Premier League winner made his international debut in 1996, replacing his father as a substitute? So I'll repeat that. Which two-time Premier League winner made his international debut in 1996, replacing his father as a substitute? So this guy's won the Premier League twice. He made his international debut in 1996, and he replaced his dad as a substitute. And Welsh Gamer's taken it. It is. Well, actually, I think I've just given it away. What's the first name? Now, McManaman, there's only one McManaman, except for Callum, but then no, it's never going to be Callum, played for European Cup winner. Goodjohnson, which Goodjohnson though? Which Goodjohnson? It all rides on this. If you get the first name right, it's a clean sweep for Welsh Gamer. He's taking the coasters and the Ida Goodjohnson. Well, what can I say? Welsh Gamer, you're the new champion of trivia. I think Luke Cainty has lost it all. He's lost it all. I think Luke Cainty has. But I'm going to put these back in the packaging for you and keep them nice and safe, mate. They are winging their way to you, mate, this week. So if you're at the game tomorrow, Tuesday, sorry. If you're at the game on Tuesday, I'll take them down there for you then. If not, we'll look again and post it to you, mate. But well done. Drop us a message just to give me a kick up the backside to remind me to sort it out with you, mate, alright? So, Football Mayhem, incorrect, mate. Sorry, it's not Lampard. Welsh Gamer got it within seconds, and it was Ida Goodjohnson. Replaced his dad as a substitute in 1996. Won the Premier League twice. So there we go. There we have it. Look, guys, it's not been the greatest stream in the world. I think it's some of the lowest numbers we've ever really had. I think I've got to have a look at myself on this one. There are some ideas to improve this stream, so bear with it, guys, and please. And for those of you who did make a decent contribution tonight, many thanks to you all. For those of you who've been following the channel for a long time, I know there's plenty of you out there who have been. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you, because without you, there'd be no point in us making these videos. So thank you again. Right then, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves a lovely rest of this Sunday evening. And same time next week, we will see you then. All right. Thanks very much as always. Take care. And as always, again, cheerio for now and up the county. Good night, everybody. And well done, Welsh Gamer. Good night.